Hello, YouTubers. This is Joe Bravo and Moebravo's Knife Reviews, and today I have a new Knife Day special. I have received my first Rask directly from Grimsmo out in Canada, and it is number 497, and it is Starburst, bronze with gold accents with gold hardware. And what that means is they went and started this pattern in the stonewash area here with bronze, and as it tapers off into the starburst, it's actually gold, and really creates a very unique color scheme that you don't see too often with the Norsemans that I've had. I've had the purple one, I've had the other purple one, I've had the blue one, and they're typically all the same color. Sometimes they're honeycomb, sometimes they're cross stitch, sometimes they're starburst. This is my first starburst configuration. Very interested to see what I feel long term this knife. And I thought it was appropriate to take it out and compare it to two other top-notch flippers in the market. The first would be my V4 Specter. Now this is a little unfair as it is a liner lock. I will say the detent is a little bit lighter on this Specter because the Rask is actually a frame lock. So if I don't ride the lock bar on this guy, I still get a really fine deployment. I mean, it's really nice. It's really nice. I'd say it is better than the liner lock Holt, but because it's a liner lock, I don't ever have to question, am I going to misdeploy this knife? And to me, that's a little bit of value as well, which is why I have a V4, not a V2, not a V1, and not a V3. When I first got the Rask, I didn't know what to expect. This is actually my second Rask. I had gotten one, came in and went out really quick, so I really didn't even give it a proper review. My guy on the We Love Knives chat had a link, a lotto win. He couldn't take advantage of it, and he let me have it. And I think I'm going to hold on to this one a little bit longer than I thought I was going to now that I have tuned in the detent. And, how does it compare? Would I carry one over the other? So the V4 Specter is probably one of my favorite flippers. I carry it. It's dressy. It is beautiful in the milling pattern. The brown LHCX V1 is another one of those knives that I'm not in any hurry to move. This does have a little bit lighter of a detent. I could tighten the pivot screw a little bit, but again, I don't ever want to misdeploy it. And without paying attention between the liner and the bolster, I never have to question if I'm going to misdeploy the knife. Now, the first Spectre I had was again a V2. This is also a V2, and it had a really tight detent, a strong detent. And, as you could see, I like to hold the knife, being that it's so slim, essentially right at that lock bar area. But this one, the way it's been tuned from Grimsmo, doesn't seem to have that strong of a detent. And one of the reasons why I think I'm going to carry it a little bit longer than I thought. It is up for sale right now. If you do want it, come and get it, because before I fall in love with it, you won't get another shot. But to give you guys a look of how big these knives are, they're all just about 8 inches, with the LHCX being the smallest. They're all just about 3.5 inches of blade length, with the Rask being the one with the sharpening choil, and the LHCX being a little bit shorter of a cutting edge. They are all going to be about the same weight, and I'll tell you that real quick. I think the Spectre, last time I checked, was 3 point something, 4.0 on the Spectre. The Rask is 3.2, which is awfully light for that same footprint. And the LHCX is 3.1. So, you've got a titanium linered bolster lock. You've got a full frame lock in titanium, and then you've got a titanium liner lock, whereas the Specter is the heavier one. I'd probably have to say that's because of the backspacer. If the Rask had the backspacer, I think it too would also be around that four ounce line. The moral of the story is none of these knives suck. Any one that you get, you'll like a little bit more than one of the others because that's just your personal preference. All of these are on ceramic bearings. They fly. I replaced the skiffs, the Holt bearing with skiffs on the Specter. It did a great job with the deployment and the controlled drop. The Grimsmo does bounce a little bit, and I tightened the pivot so that it doesn't anymore, and it's really great now. I will say because I tightened that pivot, it is a little bit more difficult to deploy because that detent's a little bit stronger, but that's certainly something I could get used to. One of the other things I want to just say real quick is how thin this knife is. I'm not sure if that's going to come up as great, but I can get my calipers. The Rask just feels like a thinner knife. It might not be ultimately. I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to notice it, but at 3.2 ounces, you kind of notice it. And when you put the two next to each other, I didn't realize that the belly of the Rask was so wide. It tapered out because it does really get narrow towards the tip. It's definitely not a horsecock knife. It does have a thick blade stock. I'd say it is thicker towards the edge than the Specter, and definitely thicker towards the edge than the LHCX. But again, which one is my favorite? Probably the Specter at this point, but I tell you, now that I've given the Rask a second go, I don't. It's no slouch. It really isn't. I tell you, the first time I had a Norseman, I said if they made a Norseman with a drop point style blade, I think it would make a fantastic EDC carry. Well, here it is, and thankfully I got it at table. If I got it at secondary pricing, and this is what's great. The LHCX was around $850 table. The Specter was probably around $925 because it's got that stonewash blade, and the Grimsmo was $940, and equal to equal, they're all fine knives. Plus or minus $75. For the knives. I mean, and I don't know which one do you think is the best one. Because I've had the Holt, because it's got the liner, because it's got the lion, because it's got the stonewash finish. I think I might lean towards the Specter, but on the other side of that, Craig's carbon fiber is so nice that you don't ever have to worry about buggering it up. It's not anode, so it doesn't leave fingerprints. You could put it in your pocket and go. I got this on the secondary for a song. So, I think if I was going for an everyday carry piece, I would probably lean towards the brown. Because I think it'll hold up better. I guess it'll look nicer longer because the anno will wear, the titanium will also get, scratched up. But, which one is prettier? That's objective. Which one's got the best action? The Rask might win that. If I got a V3 Specter or I tightened that detent tune on the V4 Specter, would I still say that? I'm not sure. That might be a fun project to do. But man, crap. I was going to move that Grimsmo, and now I don't know. This sucks. Especially since I got a semi-custom Cortex spot coming in. I got Monroe Sigil coming in. I got a couple other things. I just got a Sharp by Design Tempest, so I'm going to do a video of that, comparing that to the Boudica. But I really need your help. I don't, because I'm going to do what I want. But man, I really want to know which ones you guys think I should keep, which ones I should get rid of, and which one speaks to you guys. Not that it's going to sway my decision, but I just really love to hear what you guys' opinions are. So let me know how you make out. Let me know what you like, comment, subscribe, and look forward to the Tempest Boudica video I'm going to shoot right after this. Thanks, guys.